Animation by Meera ShyamSundar. Table of Contents. Intro. Welcome to my GT project. It is all about animation. You will be learning about the history, the process, how it has influenced society, and more. There will also be an animation movie and a stop-motion movie. What is animation? Animation is the method of photographing successive drawings, models, or even puppets to create an illusion of movement in a sequence. StudioBinder.com. Animation is the process of drawing/sketching out every movement of the character's actions. If you would want to make a chase scene with animation, you would have to draw every little leg movement that happens, and every little object and detail. Stop-motion animation is about the same thing. Instead, you must take a picture for every movement, and you use clay, felt, fur, etc. The process of making a stop-motion and animation movie. First, when you make a stop-motion and animation movie, you are going to have a storyline, or the draft of your movie. Once you have done that, start making the props of your story, the characters, background, objects that the character uses, etc. Then you start taking pictures. Every movement that you want the character to do in the scene/act will happen smoothly only if you take the pictures one movement at a time. If not, the action will look very sloppy and will look like poor craftsmanship. Finally, you add music, optional, a title, and credits. Once you finish all of those things, you are done and have created a stop-motion movie. A regular animation movie is done with all the same steps. The only difference is that in animation, you draw and do not use clay, foam, or other materials. And in this one, it does not use pictures. It is just drawing frame after frame after frame. My animation movie. My stop-motion animation movie. Popular movies made by animation: Coraline, The Wild Robot, King Kong, Inside Out 2, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Frozen, Corpse Bride, Despicable Me 4. Try and guess which ones are animation or stop-motion animation. How did animation begin? Animation began as early as 30,000 BC. Archaeological finds have proven that we've tried to make things look like they're in motion since we've learned how to draw. An example of this is a Bronze Age pottery bowl depicting goats sleeping. This bowl does not have a name, so it is supposedly called Shihira Sukte, the place where it was found. Timeline of animation. Shihira Sukte, 30,000 BC. Magic lantern, 1650, an image projector that uses pictures on sheets of glass. Phenakistoscope, 1832, a spinning cardboard disc that gave the illusion of movement when viewed in a mirror, made by Joseph Pateau. Zoetrope, 1834, a rotating drum lined by a band of pictures that could be swapped out for different pictures, made by William George Horner. Theater Optique, 1876, an animated moving picture system, made by Frenchman Emily Reynaud. Humorous Phases of Funny Faces, 1906, noted as the first film-based animation, a stop-motion animation movie using photography, made by J. Stuart Blackton. Phantasmagory, 1908, First animated film using hand-drawn animation. Historians consider it to be the first animated cartoon, made by Emily Cole. Gertie the Dinosaur, 1914. The animated short film that took the next step in paving the road to a more fluid sense of movement. This technique gave Gertie the sense of life. Made by Winter McKay. Felix the Cat, 1919. First animated movie star created during the silent film era. Felix is famous for his hands behind his back, head down, and deep in thought. Made by Pat Sullivan and Otto Messmer. Steamboat Willie, 1928. Young Walt Disney was working at his studio in Kansas City. After making a few changes to his major character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Mickey Mouse was born. Made by Walt Disney. How do animators help people? Animators help people by giving them something to enjoy. Say you are watching a movie with your family. You are laughing and crying and enjoying the movie together. Well, that's what animation does. It lets you feel the emotions that you don't usually feel daily. They make sure that there's always a way for you to enjoy your worst day with just a movie. My Expert Talk. My Expert Talk was with Justin Rash, a 2D, stop-motion, and CG animator working in the games industry. Number 1. How did you become inspired to start making stop-motion movies? Watching creature feature monster movies as a child, I loved the films of Harry Hosson and many 2D animated films. 2. What was the first ever movie you made? I made a 2D animated film in art school. I have made many films in stop motion, live action, and 2D animation over the years. What is the best part about being an animator? I love creating life in puppets. It feels as close to magic as I could ever imagine. 4. What do you feel about my opinion that animation and animators are essential to people, and that you can bring happiness to others through creativity? I agree. Animation to me is storytelling, and story is the most powerful thing on this planet. Very essential. 5. What are some materials you like to work with for your animations? I like to work with puppets out of silicone or clothing over foam latex. 6. What's your go-to method for getting over creative blocks? I surround myself with inspiration all the time. It is the biggest motivator for me. I watch films that inspire me. I read books or look at art that make me want to be an animator. 7. What advice would you give to future stop-motion animators around the world? My advice is to use social media for your work. It is an insanely powerful tool. There are no gatekeepers. If you make art, an audience can find it. My favorite popular expert talk. The following is a transcript of a letter Pete Docter wrote to middle school students, advising them not to give up on their dreams and do what they love. Pete Docter is an award-winning animator who created Toy Story 1 and 2, and also made Monsters, Inc. and Up. My favorite line from this entire interview is, "So, middle school student, whatever you like doing, do it, and keep doing it. Work hard. In the end, passion and hard work beats out natural talent." This is my bibliography. Thank you for watching.